All right, so I went to the Padres for spring training. We were there for U.S. baseball, and then we watched like a day game with the Padres. And when I was there, my friend who's the equipment manager, some of the coaches are like, oh, dude, we'd love to have you come back. Mm-hmm. You can mess with everybody. So I failed at pranking the players.
Okay.
I tried to go prank the players. And we didn't think it out right. Because like I had a camera, so they knew something was up. Also, I'm so much worse at baseball than them. It was egregious how good they are. Like, it really put it into perspective. I thought to myself, like, oh, I'd probably... No. You can just play catch with them and know, oh, this is a totally different thing. Like, it's just a totally... I don't know what I was thinking. I've lived in delusion for the last, 15 years. Like, it's crazy. But I got out there, and it was just night and day. So I failed at that. But before the whole thing started, there was this guy, his name's Vinny Lopez, baseball player, become a coach. He was like, dude, so here's what we're going to do. I want to bring you in there and just say that you're trying out to be a coach. So I said, okay. He goes, we've had 1 million of you guys come and go. Like, everybody's trying out to be a coach. That's how spring works. So they're not going to think anything of it. So I go to my locker. They got me, like, my own locker, which was awesome. Suiting up, like, in the gear was so fun. I was also trying to look like I've been there before, so I'm watching the other guys get changed, going, oh, here's what you do. You sit on the stool, and then you...
How you put the socks on.
Like, how do they get dressed?
Yeah.
And like, what's normal? What would, like, So I'm getting dressed. I put on my whole thing. And then he goes, all right, we're going to go into a coach's meeting. I've told everyone you're a kinesiologist, and that you used to play baseball, but now you're a kinesiologist, and, like, I'm going to have you read the injury report. And I said, okay. And I'm texting him because we're trying to hide. Now I'm with all the coaches. And when I say coaches, there's probably like 70 coaches.
Yeah.
It's like 10 from the AAA team, 10 for the AA team, 10 for the... Then like 15 for the big league team. And then there's also guys that work at the facility. And then there's trainers in that room. And then also there's people like me trying out to be on the team. So, and the DR coaches. So I'm texting him privately going, how would, what would a guy like me say? Like, what's normal? He goes, oh, you just talk about where you played ball, talk about your family, talk about whatever. So I said, okay. And then the coaches, he introduced me to some of the coaches, and they go, you need to know where to go up to the meeting? I said, yeah. So I follow these guys, and everyone just kind of finds a seat. It's so professional in there. And so then Vinny Lopez goes, he gives this big start of the thing, very meetings, very whatever. And he goes, also some new faces. This is Jeff Dye. He's trying not to be a coach. I don't know. We got a few slots left. We got a few in Fort Wayne. We got a few in the DR. So we'll see if any of those open. And I interrupted him. I go, hey, man, don't send me to the DR. And all the DR coaches, like, looked over at me like they wanted to kill me. And so I see Vinny Lopez, like, already kind of, like, biting his cheek, trying to, like, not laugh, And so then he goes, all right, why don't you tell everyone about yourself? I said, my name's Jeff Dye. I played up in Washington. I played for Washington, the Huskies. Couldn't hit for shit, so I had to get a real job. And I could see, like, some of the coaches just going like this. Like they're just going, I'm not going to laugh at this idiot. He's, like, losing his job in front of all of us. So they're, like, covering their face. And then I couldn't hit for shit, so I got a real job. I know Zach from the equipment teams. He said he could get me a tryout here. I'm very excited to come see what I can do. So thanks for letting me be here. If I'm honest, I'm just happy to get away from my fucking kids. And one guy laughed really loud. And the guy that laughed really loud, the coach is next to him going, like, don't. So then they got, like, a thank you letter from some guy. And on the front of the letter was, like, a drawing of a hammer. And he goes, this guy, we've made his family, like, we had made this guy's trip, like some spring training trip, and he sent us a thank you letter. I just want to read it to all of you since you guys were all a part of giving this guy and his family, like, a good thing. And it was this really sweet letter. Like, it's really sweet. And then I just raised my hand. I go, wait, that's a picture of his dad's hammer on the front? And then I like, go to the guy next to me. I go, inappropriate. And then the guy that's like, he was like, looked at me like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't lump me into this. And no one laughed about the dad's hammer thing. And so anyways, I'm sitting there, and there's, like, a few more people talk, and it's very, very professional. It's really uncomfortable, like, every time I'm talking. And so then the guy reads the injury report. He goes, I'm going to have Jeff Dye read the injury report. He brings it over to me, and it's written. And I don't know what it means. If I was a real kinesiologist, I would know, like, what these little symbols mean. Like, I could have just read it outright, but I didn't understand it. It said, like, back, run. And then that meant, like, because of his back injury, he can only really run. He can't, like, do any hitting or pitching, whatever. I didn't know. So I just made up something. I go, man, I can't fucking read this. What, we don't have computers around here? I go, man, print this up, man. Your handwriting's terrible. So I hand it back to the guy, and he's just like this. He's got, like, an accent. I think he's from, like London or something. So I give it back to him, and he reads it. And every time he'd read a guy, like or every like few guys, he'd be like, "Oh, so and so's back hurts. He can only do cardio." I was like, "Shh." And everyone around the room was just like, "What is this guy doing?" I just kept making comments. There was like some Dominican guy that's hurt, and I go, "Figures." I was like, "Good luck," you know.
Send them back.
Just kept making like little remarks like that. He got to the about last 10 names, and I had the image on my phone of like how long the list was, so I was able to. I knew exactly kind of how long it would be. And so like he was get to the like last 10 names. I kept looking at the other coaches going, like, hurry up or whatever. So it gets to like the last 5 names, and I go, "Jeez, come on already." And the whole they can't, like, it's so uncomfortable in the room. Like, there's not a single like laugh or anything. There's some people trying to hide their laughing, but everyone's being so professional. And so then at the end of the list, Vinny goes, "Hey guys, just so you know, it's been a long spring. I just wanted you guys to have some smiles and have some laughter." So I asked comedian Jeff Dye. He's not trying out. It's my buddy Jeff Dye. And the whole place went like... And not even that they thought it was funny as much as they were just so relieved.
Yeah.
They were like, that was so uncomfortable. Oh, it was the best. And then for the rest of the time, all the coaches were so cool to me. Like, "That was great, man. Hey." Like, and like all the DR guys, like when I went back to like my locker, they'll go, "We were so mad at you." And I was like, "Yeah, I bet." They go, "The DR's the best. We were very proud to go coach for the DR." And when you said that, we were just like, I just thought it was so
That's
fun.
so funny.
Yeah, it was like, it literally couldn't have went better. And I'm actually glad the film crew didn't show up on time to get the coaches meeting, because they would have known.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have seen the camera and go, "Oh, something's up." But like they all just thought literally this guy, some jackass, is just talking.
That's so funny.
Way too edgy to be in a meeting like that. But it was so fun. And it was a cool day.